Richard Sherman placed on injured reserve yesterday. He's got a calf injury. And one of the things we need to remember about injured reserve this year, because in the past, not that long ago, if you're put on injured reserve, you're done. Then they opened the door for a couple of guys to go on IR for 8 weeks and return. And this year it was going to be 3 guys could go on IR for 8 weeks and return. And then came the pandemic, and they decided it's open season. Anyone can be put on injured reserve, and they can come back after 3 weeks. So it's not nearly the doom and gloom that it was once upon a time. But the thing is, it's so open-ended, you don't know when a guy's coming back. And the ultimate Bill Belichick approach to things like this is you put the guy on injured reserve and you never talk about him again until he comes back. He may be gone for the rest of the season. He may be gone for 3 weeks. He may be gone for 3 months. We don't know.
Yeah.
But with Sherman, Kyle talked about it yesterday. It sounds like he's not going to be out for very long, but we know at a minimum he's got to miss 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, it's a big blow regardless. This is a team that had a little issue stopping the pass game just this past week. We saw that. And I would sit here and argue, too, that cornerback play is not one of the strengths of the 49ers to begin with. It's not. They are helped out in a big way by the fact that they have the best pass rushing front four there is. We saw last week that when Kyler Murray, he can buy some time and stuff, the 49ers are not a man-to-man lockdown cover type team. So it does stink for them as far as that's concerned. They're still trying to figure out who they want the other guy to be. As far as on the other side of Richard Sherman, when he's healthy, there was a lot of competition there. Akil Witherspoon, he's a little banged up. Does Jason Verrett, can he come up and be healthy? He's a guy that had great potential early in his career, but all he's done has been injured ever since then. Sherman's smart. He understands the scheme. He gets the secondary on the right page. He's a leader. And they're going through a little adversity right now, and it won't help their team with him not being there. This is the kind of guy you want in the locker room in these kind of scenarios right now when you're 0-1 coming off a Super Bowl loss. He's been in this chair before and knows what it's all about, and he could be wise and help out the rest of the football team.
And costly for Richard Sherman in a different way. He's got a base salary this year of $8 million, but he's got $1 million tied up in participating in 90% of the defensive snaps. That goes out the window now with missing 3 games. He's got $1 million tied up in making it to the Pro Bowl. That's going to be a tougher thing to do when you miss at least 3 games. And he's got $2 million tied up in being first or second team All-Pro. That becomes a lot harder to do when you miss at least 3 games, plus $62,500 that goes out the window in per game roster bonuses. So he's looking at least $4 million as a practical matter. $4.18 million to do the math almost accurately that is going to go away because of this, most likely. Although it's not a done deal that he can't make the Pro Bowl or make first or second team All-Pro. It's just going to be really hard if he misses 3 games. And there are mixed opinions on whether or not he should be paid like a top 10 corner. Do you view him right now as a top 10 corner?
I do not. I think he's a great fit for this scheme, and because of their front four, that fools people a little into thinking that he's a top 10 corner that way. But no. Again, I'm always going to put top 10 corners in a little bit of the category of like, can you live on an island? We're not paying you $15 million a year to like just pedal back and the coach said sit in the zone coverage and read things out. No, the really good ones are matching up against the number 1 receivers, the number 2 receivers. Sherman's good still, don't get me wrong, but he's limited in his ability to play one-on-one. He just understands the scheme. He's smart. He doesn't get up a lot of big plays. And then the other thing that he's very valuable with, because he's very comfortable in the scheme, is he'll take a chance every now and then because he understands what teams are trying to do to attack that scheme, and he can kind of see plays unfold that way and then maybe jump a route that he's not supposed to jump or do something like that. But no, do I think he's in the class of, the Gilmores, the Ramseys, the Xavier Howards, and Byron Jones and all those guys? Absolutely not.
And, it's fitting then. He's number 11 at $8 million in base salary. Last year, I think he did benefit from that pass rush and the name recognition to get to the Pro Bowl, to make it to second-team All-Pro, and to unlock significant money via incentives that if you had put him on any other team last year, maybe he wouldn't have seen. But the bottom line is they need him back. They have too many guys banged up in the secondary. But if the pass rush is as potent as it was last year, Chris, you or I could be playing defensive back.
Well,
it wouldn't matter if the quarterback can't get the ball out of his hands before he gets blown up by Nick Bosa.
Well, I mean, you're right about. I don't know if we could play or not, because then teams would just throw screens and then they'd go, okay, can Florio or Sims tackle like this receiver, and we probably wouldn't, so it wouldn't help out either. But it does help out their secondary. There's no doubt about that. It's what's special about their football team.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.